Yeah, hi guys, I'm back again, probably around 11. What I might do today is just keep it as brief as I can. It's just only relative to Gary Romain, his 002 problem. This actually isn't a 002, it's a 001. 80% of the 001 and the 002, they share the same sort of functioning, apart from the actual internals for the hub assembly. The 002 is actually just a plain hub. Doesn't have a lockable cylinder inside. So I won't get into this. It's going to be irrelevant. I don't want to go too deep into the lock anyway. There's too many little piddly bits and pieces. Yeah, what I was well, I put this back together, and when I get to certain parts, which are probably relative to the 002, I might point some things out which I saw on the photos you emailed me, Gary. So that obviously goes onto that part. This heavy spring there, what that is, that's actually a hold back spring function. So when you turn the hub, just trying to do this through the camera, it holds the knob in the hold back position, which keeps the latch inside the lock. So when it's on the door is, you know, three to come through without worrying about the latch catching. Yeah, it's not ideal to do this without all the parts connected. Anyway, plate goes on here. That's secured by, God, trying to do this for a camera, I'm way off. I'm thinking the holes, I'm looking at the hole, but I'm actually an inch away from it. So I'm actually peering over the camera to see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just a matter of obviously just securing those 4 screws down. These are actually PK screws, and you know, using a bloody small flathead, so if bloody knew that, you know, had the technology, I'd sort of do what you blokes do and fast forward it and do a bit of chipmunk stuff. But yeah, I'm a bloody dinosaur. I don't have to go. Can't do that. So yeah, just bear with me. Yeah, once that's sort of nipped down, it's a matter of placing that hub return spring. What I did notice with one of the photos Gary has, the top part of the spring seems to be, yeah, like if it's broken at one stage and it's folded over in that direction. And what's happened, yeah, bear with me, it's not as hard as I'm making it look. I'm just trying to do this through the camera. Okay. See, I'm going off. Anyway, obviously you can see that one plate goes on the top, and that's overstretched the post. Yeah, bear with, I'll do this off camera, mate. I cannot do it through the camera. I just can't do it, so bear with me. Okay, yeah. Bloody focus. Anyway, that's in its correct position now. What I noticed with Gary's is this top one was actually, it's overridden the post. It's sitting over here. So that in theory would have made the hubs just flop around in the wind. But I'm thinking maybe the large grub screw, like the handle screw, maybe it's the tension's a bit too tight, hence giving that impression that the spring is actually working. So yeah, so what maybe it might pay to replace this spring, because and plus on yours, on that backing plate with the post is, I noticed you've got to have a tear, and part of the metal is protruding towards the inside the hub. So maybe that's the reason why the top of the spring is jumping the post. But yeah, what you could do is replace this backing plate and the return spring. That might solve most of the problems in that respect. But what goes in next is the bloody painful bit. There's a little hub in, it screws into the back of the cylinder. Problem, I won't do it, is this, I can't do it for the camera, it's just too finicky. I can't do it with the camera, so that secures onto the back of the cylinder. But if ever you do take a 001 apart, just be aware when you do reassemble it, you put that little offset bracket in the correct position. The little diamond head of it should be in that position, in the upright position. If you place it the other way, you won't get the safety release function, so just be aware of that. Anyway, that goes in, like I said, screws into the back of the cylinder, so I'm not going to do it, fart around with it. Actually, another problem with Gary's 002, I noticed these deadlock function plunger is flopping around like a dick in a sleeve type thing. What I think's happened, either the end of the spring's broken, or it's jumped out of the gate. That little notch, for the sake of terminology, I call that a gate. In that slot you can see the spring, so what you have to do, put it in there, but put it on an angle and depress forward, down to it clips in, and you get that you get the spring tension and the function. Let's see what goes on next is the actual latch assembly. That's the latch assembly return spring. That's it's hard to see. Yeah. Anyway, that sort of fits over that post, and that shoots into a little slot behind the tongue, which gives you the latch return function. The last part to go on is this part. Yeah, it's a little tricky bit, but there's a little spring-loaded catch in there. You've got to make sure that that goes over the plunger. Yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah. So that's sets into position, and that's just secured by 2 little screws. Yeah, it's just a matter of tension on those back. Yeah, like I said, it's just for the sake of me farting around trying to put that on through a camera. I'm not going to do it, but basically that's the assembly of it. Yeah, so the problems I think with Gary's is obviously the plunger. Maybe the spring's broken, or it's jumped the little the gate in the plunger itself, and that hub return spring has actually jumped into that position because there's actually a tear in that backing plate. What I can suggest is, I mean, I've got a few of them around here. If you want them, you can have them, but change that backing plate, a new spring or a good spring, and if that one's the return spring for the plunge is broken, just replace that. Like I said, I've got them. If you want them, I'm quite happy to post them out to you. That being said, if that doesn't solve your problem, you might have to bite the bullet and probably replace them. I mean, you said 22 years, so I think you've done pretty well for that time. So, and what I did notice on your gate, from the photo, I'm assuming the gate goes out, and on the actual external of the gate, you've got a gate bar or a locking bar that saves the gate coming forward. I did notice the gap in your gate is way too big. Being that wide, it's made this just a glorified plain latch. So what you could do is just pack out, put some packers in this on this side to bring it closer in. That's what I can suggest in that respect. Yeah, it's about all I can probably think of with that lock. Yeah, problem is repairing locks. It's hard labour basically. Not in respect to doing it, but it comes to a point where you got to decide to put a new one on. I think it's like anything in life. Everything's got a use by date. So, but if you want to give it a go and try to repair it, like I said, I've got the stuff that might help. So just give me, I'm quite happy to post it out to you. It's time 13, a couple of minutes. A couple of questions actually. Well, is regarding comments from Gary. When I mentioned making a Bill Bacardi bidding on that DA profile FK, I did realise I didn't mean this key specifically, obviously, because like you pointed out, let's see, yeah, the cuts already, 4 of the 5 of the cuts are too deep anyway. But I was thinking of getting another key blank and start afresh and do the real radical bidding on that profile. And like I said, yeah, be hard. Good luck getting into it. But you never know. Someone might do it. I mean, good luck to them. But yeah, I wouldn't fart around trying. So, what else is there? Oh yeah, that's right, Gary, about the sanding belt, the actual grade of paper. I use the 120, but I've already worn out 120 because I use my belt sander to sharpen my drill bits in the first stage of sharpening my chisel. So I'm not sure what the next grade is up from the 120s at 180. So probably 180, 220. That's around that mark for leniency padlocks. Oh, this one here, this is an old 245. This is from the 70s, absolutely. Reason being, it's got the actual early patent number on it, which is pretty scarce. So that would be 70s for sure. It's had a hard life. It's been, well, not too hard, but yeah, it's it's done well. It still works, operates, but what I might do with this one is refurbish it from scratch and put another shorter shackle, a better one. I'll do that for John McCormack to show him how to locate the plugs and drill them, extract them, and keep everything neat and tidy, and yeah, basically rebuild it from scratch to a new look, or best I can anyway. I know Daz Evers be watching this, he'll be screaming, "Ah, patina, don't." Yeah. Anyway, it comes a time where things like this has to be done, so that's what I'll do in a future video for John. Oh yeah, a couple of questions actually. Oh, with the grease too, Gary, I'll get back to you with that. I think it's Lockwood do a little disposable sachet of grease which they use for their products. I think it's a white grease. It's a very light engineering grease. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll let you know what it is in the future. Two questions actually, quick ones. I'm not sure what, I haven't got a benchmark to compare how, if my uploading is slow or not, but if you guys could let me know what the, I don't know what the average upload speed is to do a video for YouTube. I mean, I think probably a 17-minute takes about an hour and 10 minutes. Is that normal? Or if you could let me know, that'd be good. Yeah, anyway, for now I'll call it quits, and at another stage I'll make another video. So take care guys, bye.